Alright, it's been 2 weeks since my last day at work. 14 days. It's pretty hard to believe that it's been that long already, because time has just been flying by. Now, first off, you might be wondering, why the heck am I in a hotel room? I thought, you know, I was going to stay out in a car for the duration of this. Well, I was staying out in a car, except I'm really sick right now. I got that NAMM influenza, which is, I got a real bad chest cold right now. You can probably hear it. Just rough, dude. So rough. I slept in the car last night, but it's gotten worse today. I've just been chugging water. I went to Wally World this morning. I normally am not a frequenter of that place. So I went to Wally World, and I got, look at this. I got a Vicks humidifier right here. Whoo, baby. You can probably hear it bubbling over there. It's boiling. So I've just been putting my face over the humidifier. I'm going to be taking a hot shower after this and just kind of flip-flopping between that and just try to loosen up everything in here. It's been quite a bit of chest pain, which has kind of been rough. Alright, so let's talk about the fun stuff. Alright, drive out to NAMM. 2.5 days. Noon on Wednesday I left. Friday 11:30 in the evening I got there. I was dead. I just literally chilled out for the next few days before NAMM at a friend's house in Temecula. And then I headed into Santa Ana where I was staying with some friends for NAMM. Let's talk about what was going on in the house. So we get to the house and there's a putting green in the backyard. So we're sitting out in the back. It's the guys from Tackle Instrument. It's the guys from Lowboy Beaters. It's the owner of El Diablo Guitars and Amps in Minneapolis. Joe from Wooden Weather, you know, just a big group of people hanging out, putting around, and we hear this noise from behind the house. And this guy just comes up over the fence from the house behind us, and he's like, "Hey, you guys think you could take that light by the back door and just angle it down a little bit? You know, it shines right in my eyes when I'm trying to sleep. You know, I've been living at Cabo Wabo for the last 20 years, and now I finally moved back here." It was bizarre. Just bizarre. So, we angle the light down, and his parting remark is that, "Hey, I see you guys are putting around on the green back here. Well, you know, you're going to need a left-handed putter so nobody feels left out. You know, us southpaws, you know, we need to have a lefty version." So, okay, you know, we just figured he was just going to go away and that was going to be that. Well, sure enough, about 5 minutes later, he pops up over the fence again and throws not a lefty putter at us, but a croquet mallet that he states is a lefty putter. It was incredible, incredible. So, it just gets weirder and weirder. The next morning, we're in the middle of the city. There's a flock of roosters, several roosters and chickens, and Big Dog Rooster wakes us up at about 4:35 in the morning. It was incredible. So then a few days into the stay, we're having breakfast, and Chris from Lowboy says, hey, did you hear that guy singing opera last night? And I'm like, no, I didn't hear nobody singing opera. What the heck, you know? And I think one other guy said, yeah, I heard it too, but it was just like, this is so bizarre. Just some dude singing opera out of his house like 2, 3 in the morning. Day goes on, and I had come home from NAMM early in the day to just kind of chill before I had to go to an event that evening. And I heard the singing. I said, oh, there it is. And the singing stopped. And then I heard just a tuba. And then that stopped. And then I heard just a cowbell. Well, you know what it was? It wasn't opera. There must have been a recording studio next door where they were doing like norteño, which is incredible. So late night norteño sessions, 2K19, that was a thing. So that was our stay. It was just as exciting as the show. So let's talk about the show. NAMM, 2K19, live your life. I went day 1, Thursday, which is generally the slowest day of the show. It's usually the most industry professionals are there that day, not necessarily on the performance side, but on the manufacturer and distribution side of things. So that first day had a few interesting things. So one, a ton of people wanted their photo with me, which was just, I thought was outrageous because, you know, here's Joe Blow from Wisconsin, and, you know, I don't know, I thought that was weird that they wanted a photo. I thought what was also interesting is not only did those people recognize me, but industry professionals knew who I was. You know, I knew some guys, Buddy from Love Custom Drums, and obviously the Tackle, and the Lowboy guys who I was staying with. But then it was interesting to see like other people like Jeremy at Q Drum Co. knew who I was, and there were people at other big brands who knew who I was, and I just thought it was very, very interesting to find out that maybe my little online presence on Instagram has more of a reach than I thought it did originally. I guess it makes me feel better about going into this now. I don't know, maybe something will work out. Maybe I have more friends than I thought I had, or acquaintances, or like just visibility. So I think that was the biggest takeaway from NAMM. Beyond that, I did a bunch of silly videos for Lowboy and for Tackle. So I'll insert those clips here.
Yeah, hello! Timbo from Kino here. We're taking over the Tackle Instrument Instagram. We're gonna look at all these cool products. Pretty fun, cool. We got t-shirts on t-shirts on t-shirts on t-shirts. We got bags for sticks. We got bags for snares. We got bags for cymbals. Look, I can put my wallet in here. I might even be able to fit a banana. Now, my favorite part about NAMM is all the peace and quiet. You can't get this anywhere else. I'm just gonna go take a nap. Hello folks, Timbo from Kino here. It's Sunday, last day at NAMM, and what are we gonna do? Well, none of these manufacturers want to bring their stuff home, so I'm just gonna ask for it for free. Here we go. Well, you know, the first thing I need is a snare drum. I'm gonna grab this vessel. I think that'll be good enough, you know? One snare drum down, now I just need a kit. We'll go looking somewhere else. Oh shit! Well, the snare drum didn't work out. We're gonna just we're gonna take a cymbal here. I got this nice legato. Hey, what? Ah, come on! My dad's still out here building this birdhouse. I don't know how I'm gonna get that hammer, but I gotta take that back with me. It's not his. I wanted to take home Jim Carrey's drum set, but it's too heavy. Mr. Peisty said I'd hurt my back if I took it, so too bad. Well, folks, I can't get no drums, I can't get no cymbals, I can't even get my dad's birdhouse hammer. What I'm gonna get is this nice tackle bag. We're taking that home. Excuse me, folks. I'm going home, got a free bag, thank God. Ah, Daddy!
Hey, man, you gotta go, man. You gotta go.
Man, I got kicked out of the show. I didn't even get nothing for free. All right, back to Wisconsin, folks. I hope you had a good NAMM.
So really the other big thing of note is that one evening I went to an event for the DrumeoGAB podcast with Seamus Evely. And it was all these gigantic drummers from the internet. I mean, that Orlando drummer dude, Adam, and Brody Simpson, and David Cola, and TJ Hartman. Ciros, that Ciros dude. I mean, like, there were just, look at this thing I got. Ciros doesn't even have straight up business cards. He gives you this piece of wood that's got all his info on it, which I thought was really, really cool. It's like burned into the wood. So what I thought was cool is that even some of these guys knew who I was. I mean, some of them follow me, but it was like, Brody, who I really respect as a drummer, he knew who I was. And it was just, I don't know, man. It was just, again, it was just one of these affirming moments where it's like, wow, you know, like, these guys know and respect me, even if it's just based on my comedy. I mean, some of the guys, you know, they voiced, well, yeah, you know, you back it up with good playing, which again is like, God, that makes me feel good because this is coming from these dudes who are just monsters on the kit. But that was really cool. So I did an interview that night. Seamus hosted these sets of round tables, and it was me, David Cola, and TJ Hartman, with Seamus doing the, you know, the interviewer thing. And it was really cool to sit down with all these guys at different stages of their career and listening to kind of what they're going through. David is 23, and he just moved from the Midwest, quit his cruise ship jobs for now. He'd been doing cruise ship musicianship, and decided to move out to LA, and now he's trying to do that at 23. And here's me at 29. I just quit my job, and I've got a pretty goofy way of going about it, but I've got this little journey that I'm going on to figure out how to do this full time. And then you have TJ, who's in his mid-30s, and he's in a position where in somewhere between 5 to 10 years, he wants to transition to doing this full time. So all these people with very different stories, but very similar goals, in that we all want to do the same thing. We all just want to play drums, and we're all taking steps to do that on a full-time level. So I thought that conversation was very, very helpful for me. And again, just another like reaffirming moment. So that's going to be on the DrumeoGAB podcast in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. So I think that's about it. I'm gonna go and start just humidifying my life because my throat still hurts. I've been chugging on water while filming this whole thing. And after that, I'm gonna try to get hopefully a good night's rest. And then tomorrow, I think I'm in like Sacramento tomorrow. And then the day after, I'll be meeting up with Buck August in Chico. So until next time.